Okay, freelance market sounds promising and potentially the jackpot hitting. At first it seems like a way to financial independence and your own time management. I will do whatever I want and whenever I want. But in fact, an extremely small percentage of freelancers turn this into their permanent work and enjoy the process. So what is the secret then, and why is this happening? Looking a little ahead, you can make a living on a freelance market by editing videos, and this video will turn out like an instruction to a freelance market and what you need to bring home the bacon. Hi, my name is Arthur, this is the Movavi vlog, and it just should be noted that you would better not to go high stakes on freelance marketplaces. I mean that if you think that you will now kick into some marketplaces and orders will come thick and fast, then this is far from it. I would say that freelance marketplaces should be treated as one of the tools on the way to regular income that would suit you as a video editor. About all the steps, how do you even start making money on video editing, I told you in one of the previous videos. Be sure to watch it before plunging into the freelance marketplaces. But for everyone who's decided that freelance marketplaces are necessary, watch till the end, this video will be very useful to you. The first reasonable question is which market to choose at all. On the one hand, everything is very simple, on the other, not so. Basically, go to Google and search for freelance marketplace. Go to each site one after another, open this section with video editing and look over the orders and how much are they willing to pay. There are marketplaces where there may be a lack of video editing orders and it may be just unprofitable to buy a pro account. It's not worth it. Therefore, look through, see how much a pro account costs and estimate the development potential of the marketplace. Choose the ones with a growth perspective even if it's highly competitive. It is also important to note, do not register on several marketplaces at the same time. Choose one, maximum 3 to start with. Don't spread yourself thin. Talking about particular marketplaces, it is better to divide your local marketplaces and the worldwide marketplaces. Each segment has its pros and cons, but none of the segments has a magic site where an order for $500 is quickly found. Unfortunately, we'll have to work and grow. To give you an example, here are some of the popular Russian language markets: weblancer.net, fl.ru and freelancehunt.com. But what are the main pros and cons of your local marketplaces? You do not need to learn English, you immediately understand everything and communicate easily, and they have your local payment systems connected, so money withdrawal will be as fast and comfortable as possible. But to these two pros, there are two cons. First one is the amount of money that clients are willing to pay, which is not much if we're talking about markets like Russia or India, for example. And the second one is competition. Yes, we can consider it as a con, which is pretty low in comparison with a worldwide market. And yes, most of the projects are not very exciting, kind of the same type, but for initial practice, it is actually a good thing. Now, may sound not very exciting, but in fact, working on such marketplaces is a good option to start sharpening your skills. If you have never done anything for anyone before, then such marketplaces will be an excellent practice for you to communicate with clients. You'll be able to fill the market and wrap your head around video editing. This is an extremely useful experience and I advise everyone to go through it. And it doesn't matter even if you do it through the specific marketplace or do work for friends. But when you've reached your best possible level in your local market, you objectively understand your level and how much your work can cost, I advise you to register in worldwide marketplaces because you can make a lot more there in the future. Making quality videos doesn't require a lot of time for learning and a lot of money for hardware and powerful programs. With Movavi Video Suite 2022 and the handy effects set, you can edit videos that are just as good as the content produced by the top creators, easily in no time. Movavi Video Suite is an intuitive platform that combines video editing, screen recording and file converting tools with a convenient preset system in one place. And the coolest thing about Video Suite is its accessibility. It doesn't require the latest top-of-the-line computer to run smoothly. The subscription format allows you to get free programs value for the price of one app. And you also get all updates and new features that will be released over the next 12 months. And the handy set contains a lot of universal effects that will look great in videos on any social media platform. You will find there not only a bunch of stylish transitions, but also a collection of titles and stickers to highlight important parts of your video in just a few clicks. Exclusively for everyone who's watching this video, we're offering a 20% discount on the 1-year subscription to Movavi Video Suite 2022 and the handy effects set. Don't miss your chance and click the link to our special offer page. Here are the most popular marketplaces: Upwork.com, Fiverr.com, freelancer.com, and peopleperhour.com. Straight to the advantages of such markets: higher pay in US dollars, the projects themselves are more interesting, and you get international work in your portfolio, which is also a big plus if you're working in your local market as well. The disadvantages include knowledge of specialized English, you need to understand all the terminology related specifically to video editing. There's also a high competition. At the start it will take more time to progress, and also payments are usually made through Payoneer or PayPal, and take into account withdrawal fees from markets themselves and the commission of the exchange. Let's have more detailed look at the situation using the example of one of the popular marketplaces, Upwork. Just keep in mind that they don't take any random person here. The registration process is more annoying and more rigid. You may be easily denied if you have few projects or projects do not meet the proper quality, the portfolio is poorly filled in, or some suspicious activity is noticed. They have their own passing bar for new freelancers, and if you don't meet this bar, you will get a refusal. And even if you were accepted, always remember that you will not be appreciated at the start. There are a lot of people like you did something wrong, get lost. You also need to understand which freelancers will compete with you for clients, and there are a lot of them because the whole world is in front of you. The first group of freelancers are those who are ready to do any job for $5, but if you focus on quality, you can easily beat them because their quality is not so good. The second group is third world countries. It depends with this group. Someone is sitting in small orders and someone makes a push and go to the third group. And the third group is the so-called gurus with a high rating who are expensive and skilled. You can live peacefully in one of these groups, everything is achievable, and even becoming a guru is quite realistic with proper persistence. But how do you find the first order? Quite simple. There is a search on each market, use it and find an option that suits you. The main thing is not to chase money. Look at the main point of the order or something that you haven't done yet and take it even if they pay less. You need to practice. Now, how to convince the client to choose exactly you? Once you have found an order that you realize that you will be able to carry out, be sure to look into description properly, because the client can write a phrase that must be used in the response. This is done for a client to be sure that you have read everything carefully. The client immediately writes the price he expects. Sometimes it's a fixed or an hourly payment in some projects, and the price may also be raised or lowered. At the start, lower the prices. This will increase the chance that you will be chosen. Only when you got enough experience, you can start raise your rate a little bit from time to time. And by no means do not work with a client with a low rating. If he has stood up someone before, then the probability that he will do it again is quite high. And now we're ready to write a response. Here I want to give 3 main tips. Tip number 1, objectively estimate your skill level and be honest. It often happens that the freelancer promises the result that he cannot give at all in terms of timing, quality, and so on. This will not lead to anything good. If you understand that you don't feel like you'll make it, it is better not to take it, or to write honestly for the client to have realistic expectations. Tip number 2, if you don't have a portfolio, work on it. Even before the paid orders, I advise you to make 3 to 5 of your works from other people's footage. There are stock sites you download and edit videos of different formats. I talked about this more deeply in one of the past videos. Be sure to give a glance. Tip number 3, put yourself in the client's position. When you start freelancing, you need to start thinking partly as an entrepreneur. You need to understand how he thinks in order to establish fruitful cooperation. The best way to understand this is to register on the marketplace as a client and try to look for freelancers and see what happens. In the response letter itself, introduce yourself, write who you are and what you specialize in. Feel free to say that you are a beginner. Again, be honest. Write down your working hours and what time zone you're in, write down what program or programs do you work with. If you have a good computer and fast internet, also be sure to write about it. And write honestly the approximate time of making your work done, as realistic as possible. At the end of the letter, send links to your portfolio. It is better to attach those works who are related to the client's order, but if there are no such, just send the best ones. And always write individual letters for each client. No need to spam with template letters. This will not lead to anything good. In the worst case, you will simply be banned from the marketplace. When the customer has answered, continue to be honest, open-minded, do not hesitate to ask more questions, and do not cheat. Do not offer workarounds and a strange option for cooperation, for example, payment not through the marketplace but somewhere else. Never offer payment not through the marketplace. It's no good at all. And perhaps the most exciting question for beginners: how much can you earn on marketplaces? There is no definite answer here, but if you need guidelines, then with full-time job you can earn from about $2,000 per month. In a better scenario, you can earn from $4,000 to $8,000 per month if you find a good client. And it is quite realistic to find a good client. The main thing is to be ready to do the work responsibly and regularly. One of your main commercial goals as a freelancer is to find regular clients, because your income flow as a freelancer will depend on it. Freelancers can find on average from 1 to 5 regular clients per year. Now you can understand that freelance marketplaces and freelancing in general is not the key to complete freedom. Often you will work even more than at some job with working hours and a clear schedule. But if this is the way you want to move, there is definitely an opportunity. You know what to do. I can only wish you good luck and not to give up on the way to the goal. By the way, if you're wondering where to get quality stock content for your projects or tools to keep your YouTube channel growing, I recommend you check out special offers from our partners on the official Movavi vlog webpage. Hit the link in the description to learn more. And these videos will also be helpful to you. Be sure to watch them. Also, smash the like button if this video was helpful to you, and see you next time.